2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Charlotte Hornets in this one as they go up against the Chicago Bulls at United Center. And guys, for the Bulls, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. Should be an interesting evening. Two teams that like to slow things down a bit.
Ernie, you sound like a record that's going wrong.
Yeah.
Man, need to speed you up. Put that battery in your back.
What are some of the keys to running a really good half-court offense?
Why are you slowing me down, Ernie? Patience. Gotta have patience. Like you have to have the kind of patience that it takes to sit next to you and Shaq right now, while you guys are really making me feel uncomfortable with your slow motion manners.
Well, Ernie, he didn't answer the question
Oh,
right.
my goodness.
You have to value each possession because you may not get a lot of them.
That's the
Not
fastest
only
I've heard
that,
Shaq
Ernie,
speak.
Offensive rebounding can change a game.
Oh.
Excellent point.
Thank
Man.
you, Ernie.
That's actually you need to speak like that more often.
Let's go courtside to Kevin
Harlan.
Harlan.
I'm the only one in fast motion here.
The starting lineup for the visiting Charlotte Hornets. Marvin Williams. At shooting, Jeremy Lamb. At center, Dwight Howard. At the other forward position, Nicholas Batum. At the other guard position, Kemba Walker. The head coach of the visiting team, Steve Lee.
Chicago Bulls, the United Center. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Along with Steve Smith and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. And our friend on the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge, you'll be hearing from shortly. You look at the Hornets, the questions are circulating about them right now, starting the season 0-5. Very rough go.
know, during the course of a long season, every team hits what I call that speed bump. And this team is in that stretch right now. I wouldn't discount them. They still got a chance to be really good. And this could very well just be a bump in the road when we look back on it.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Inside, Williams at the 4, Howard in the middle. Kemba Walker is out there with Jeremy Lamb, and it's Batum in at the small forward position. On defense, Charlotte. Tough loss coming against Cleveland in their last game play.
Yeah, it was a rough night for them. A lack of focus, I felt like, led to way too many mistakes.
Also, they lost a turnover differential by a landslide, and their defense really didn't show up. Robin Lopez, a player who does more for a team than what shows up on the stat sheet. Very effective inside with his ability to contest and fight for rebounds. A tough defender that doesn't need many touches to play his role.
Just 5 to shoot. For 3, Levine. It's rebounded by Charlotte. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Steve Clifford. Dave, what do you have to say?
Kevin, he said he doesn't want his guys to just take what the defense gives them. He told me, tonight we may need to push the action to score. I told the team to be aggressive and force defenders to make great plays or foul you. No sitting back in this one. Sounds like this could be a fun one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
Great, thank you, David. Their approach is going to center around their offense. What do you think, guys? Is that the way to go?
Sure. I mean, that's the way this team is built. When you've got the weapons they do, you got to use them.
But they can't play too one-dimensional, Greg. They've got to match their intensity on offense with the same kind of effort at the other end.
And as tough as Robin Lopez is on opponents, he might be even tougher on mascots. Steve, he has a long-standing feud with mascots since he entered the NBA.
Yeah, I've seen him beat, trip, smack, and all-out abuse mascots around this league. He does it all in good and in fun way, and fans love him for it. Everyone has to have their thing, and his is fighting guys in animal suits.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
They swipe it.
And anytime you go cross court, there's some risk involved. Not at all surprised that one was stolen. And that was an easy one there, just a missed opportunity.
If you give it to him, he'll take that shot every time down the floor. I'm sure he's kicking himself. That's one of those where you think you've got it, you relax for just a second, and then you're kicking yourself.
And stolen by Howard. Now the fast break, Lamb with the ball. Teardrop shot, and it's good on the layup. Lamb's got 5 now.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Bulls trail by 3. Now here's Levine. Had a tough time getting going against the Thunder. He was a non-factor in that game. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Shot clock at 5. Lopez. And it's sent back by Howard.
And love seeing Howard rise up and reject shooters. Just a juggernaut on defense. And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation. Something they're going to want to patch up.
Only the first quarter. Guys are getting in a groove, but communication on the defense has to be better.
And as great as Nicholas Batum is, the one issue he's dealt with, Greg, his entire career is staying consistent during games.
And with his skill set, it is hard for Batum to be completely absent. He can play, though, too passively at times when you know what he's capable of. And he's at his best when he is active and aggressive.
And here we go, the Bulls fast break. And it's Levine that time on the assist from Lopez.
And that one started by the quick hands of Levine, then the good look up court.
And Walker kicks to Batum. Over in the corner, Lamb. From deep, Walker. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
You know, they're the visiting team. It's a loud arena, very distracting at times, but simply no excuse for missing a ton of free throws.
You know what? The issue that night, the misses became contagious, and the guys lost more and more confidence as it went along.
Here's Lamb after the made shot from Lowry Markkanen. Williams. And Marvin Williams for a long while had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
And the first one drops. And as the NBA season gets going, some teams look good on paper, but it doesn't always add up. And as a player, Steve, how do you know that your team has a shot to be special? What are the signs that tell you that?
I think training camp, I think the focus, I think you can just feel that chemistry. And a lot of times you've been on teams where you say, it looks good on paper, but it's not going to work well because skill-wise, general managers think it's going to work, but I think personality, sometimes they just clash.
And you can't have that. Winning teams may have a little bit of tension, but overall they're on the same page.
You got to be on the same page to win it all.
Now Grant. Nicholas Batum missing from long range. And it's Grant in the corner. Now here's Levine. Covered by Lamb. Levine can't hit. Hornets leading by 4. And Batum kicks to Walker. Screen by Howard. Over in the corner, Lamb. That's good, and he's now 3 for 4 from the field. So it's Chicago now. This their first chance this season playing Charlotte.
And as you would expect, they came out on top in last season's series against this club, but no reason to expect anything different this time around.
They just seem to match up very well whenever they play these guys. You can tell they have a ton of confidence.
Here's Walker after the made shot from Zach LaVine. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jaren Grant. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
So for the Bulls, Heritage comes in for Quincy Pondexter. And G's subbed in for Grant. And a switcher also for Charlotte. Kaminsky's checked in. Now here's Lamb. His last outing, 16 points for him. Dishes it to Walker. Over G. Shots good by Walker.
He always has the green light to take those kinds of shots because he is absolutely lethal from there.
There's the pass to Markkanen. Here's G. Off target from three-point range. Charlotte leading by 6. And a wide open look for Lamb. Off target with his 3. Outside Levine. Here's G, guarded by Walker. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Nicholas Batum.
Well, whenever you watch the Bulls, you can't help but think back to their golden age. I remember those days. The 90 Bulls are arguably one of the best teams ever. Hard to argue with the greatness of those teams.
No good on that one. And Smitty, you got to play against Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen in the 90s. Just what was it like going up against them during their peak as a team?
A nightmare. The reason why you had 2 wing defenders in Jordan and Pippen who could guard the basketball. And then you had both those guys that were excellent on offense. And at the end of the game, they had the greatest closer of all time, in my opinion, in MJ.
Now here's Kaminsky. 14 points from him the last game against Cleveland. Charlotte moving the ball around. Here's Kid Gilchrist. A 3-pointer off the mark.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Hornets leading by 5. Walker in the corner from past the arc. The rebound by Zipser.
And I'll tell you, the sooner this quarter can end, the happier he'll be. It's been tough making shots.
Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Walker. Finished off the break.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
Chicago's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. G passes to Zips. Here's Mirotic. Buries the long-range jumper. Mirotic has got his first 3 points of the game.
The outside shot is effortless for Mirotic. He makes it look so easy.
Now, here's Monk. Tight defense on him. Pass to Kaminsky. Three-pointer. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Oh, okay. It's on. Trading blows here from distance.
You know what? Both sides are in rhythm. The defense out there having no effect.
Now, here is Mirotic. Zipser kicks to Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. The kick out to Holiday. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Left side Walker, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. And last season, I think, Greg, there was a time when Kemba Walker was playing basketball, you know, as well as any point guard in the NBA.
No doubt. I mean, not to say he's the best in our league, but he is certainly climbing up the list. You can't ignore his impact on this team. Has worked to improve each season he's been in the league.
Smitty, what do you think about the super teams being put together? People have complained that it's not right for a mid-market or smaller market team like Oklahoma City to lose a Kevin Durant and go to a team that's already great. What do you think about these teams getting even stronger and maybe the other teams weakening because of it, and the overall strength of the league then is lopsided?
Well, I think when you look at it, when you watch teams that win championship, they always usually have a big 3 some kind of way. But I think now people are looking at it, if it's, I guess, created organically, people are all right. But I think now people are saying, how can a guy just lose to these guys and join them? But I think it's still a business, and I think when a guy is a free agent, he has that choice. And you look at Kevin Durant speaking, he wanted to go where he thought was the best place for him to win a championship, where he felt comfortable. It's just that they just lost to the Golden State. That's why I think a lot of people are unhappy.
And not an indictment on Oklahoma City, but I think also, would you agree, Steve, the style of play with the Warriors really attracted Durant?
I think the style of play by the Warriors will attract me right now, and I can't get up in town and run. He likes to shoot threes. He likes to get up, and his offense is probably what he does best. And Golden State Warriors are one of those teams, they do it at a high level. It was a match made in heaven.
Dunn passes to Zips, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And the height Dunn possesses is what allows him to see the floor so well. So good at setting up his guys for quality shots.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Justin Holiday picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line. For Charlotte, they have been on target from the free throw line. They're 5 of 5 in that department. And the first one at the line is good.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
Some changes for Chicago. Felicio's checked in for Mirotic. And it's Denzel Valentine in for Paul Zipser. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
There's a quiet confidence that Monk seems to play with. You can see he just feels like nobody can guard him. Kid just plays with an edge.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. There's the pick. Valentine dishes to Dunn. Another 3 for Chicago.
And really, Dunn is sensational at reading the defense off the screens. Knows exactly where to be after the pick is set.
Here's Kid Gilchrist. Can't hit from 12. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Charlotte. They're up by 5. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. You know, just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, you know, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. Looking at what we've seen from the Hornets, what do you think?
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
You know, sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the court for Charlotte, Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo, and it's Kaminsky in at the 5. Chicago shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. For so long, the Hornets have been one of the most disciplined teams, Greg, in the NBA.
You look at how this team takes care of the ball, and from the first guy to the last, it says something about how much pride they take in that. Minimizing turnovers goes a long way in terms of winning games. It's been a part of the basketball culture with the Hornets for quite some time.
And Chicago has possession following the score by Charlotte. Portis kicks to Valentine. There's the pick. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
Chicago shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Well, Smitty, we're in an era where there are just a handful of absolutely unreal scorers in the league, but if you had to pick one who makes it look the easiest or the best, who's your pick?
You're right. You have so many guys, Harden, Durant, Westbrook. But the one guy I think it makes it look the easiest, I would probably have to say Klay Thompson, because he doesn't need anything but to catch and shoot. And he's getting not just 20s and 30s, but he can go off for 60, 50s and 60s. That's the guy that makes it look the easiest.
Here's Monk. It's rebounded by Portis.
And you see why his reputation is so strong defensively. He allows no separation.
And so many defenses are not designed to take away the mid-range jumper, but he's given nothing away.
Got a piece of it. Stolen by Walker. And there's the foul. It'll go on Denzel Valentine. That's his first foul. Here's Walker. 20 points for him last game against Cleveland.
He also was very good distributing the basketball, keeping guys involved and engaged all night.
No one covering. Monk's got 5.
And they are very comfortable running their offense through Walker. And you can see why. Drops a sick dime right there. That pass was right on the money.
Holiday, the pass to Portis. It's rebounded by Charlotte. They host the Clippers after this game and start a 3-game homestand with that game. Kid Gilchrist dishes to Walker. A 3-pointer off the mark.
And that's the shot he wants. Just a little bit out of rhythm.
Outside Holiday. Makes it off the glass.
And this is the value of letting the play develop. You find the weakness in the defense.
Now here's Kid Gilchrist. He's guarded closely. Walker's shot is off.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Done. And he uses the glass on the layup. He has 5.
Just grown man work from Dunn inside. His incredible athleticism really helping get him these types of shots.
Now here's Walker. 6 points for him. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, he has to be careful now. He doesn't want to pick up that 3rd foul this early.
Markkanen, he's checked in for the Bulls. Zach LaVine comes in for Justin Holiday. And then for Charlotte, Williams, he's checked in for Cody Zeller. Batum comes in for Monk. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Kemba Walker. Charlotte in the lead. Here's Batum. It's deflected.
And how about Markkanen using his size and reach on defense? Great timing in terms of being able to get up and block shots.
It's stolen by Lamb. And Kid Gilchrist kicks to Lamb. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give them 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Charlotte, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Really hasn't come together for them as a group in terms of free throw shooting, just around 70% on the season.
The first one falls. You know, you think about the way the Bulls ended their season last year, snuck into the playoffs as the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference. And in fact, Smitty, they jumped off to a 2-0 series lead, but then the reverse sweep happens to them.
Yeah, it did. Hard to say how deep they could have gone if they stayed healthy, but they almost put those Cinderella slippers on as an 8th seed. Losing Rondo, it hurt. This team just never looked the same in that series.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, with the Hornets' length and mobility at the 2 through 4 positions, the team switches a lot defensively. Coach Steve Clifford said, you have to deal with mismatches at times, but it makes defense simpler. But those guys, they're all big enough, strong enough, and competitive enough that they're going to battle. Kevin?
And having that kind of versatility on defense is huge. DA, thank you so much. Lopez, he's checked in for Felicio. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Feeds it to Kid Gilchrist. 5 on the clock, and it's blocked. And they're able to recover. Good work there as it goes. Bulls trail by 4. Lopez passes to Grant. For 3, Levine. And the Bulls with another miss. Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
Both shots good from the stripe. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist, he is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
Here's Batum after Denzel Valentine's bucket. Screen by Howard. A 3-ball. And there's the call on Howard. That'll be his second foul of the game. So for the Bulls, Pondexter comes in for Valentine. And G's subbed in for Jaren Grant. Bulls trail by 4. Here's G. Outside Levine. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Lopez, no luck. The Hornets shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. And good that time. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 points now in the quarter. The Bulls have gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Here's G, covered by Lamb. G dishes to Pondexter. G kicks to Lopez. And Lopez throws it down.
When Lopez gets in that close, it's tough to stop him from slamming it home.
Lamb passes to Kid Gilchrist. Now the dish to Lamb. Howard setting the pick for Lamb. Williams for 3. Kept alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Hornets lead by 6.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Howard with the steal. Now the fast break. Lamb with the ball. From the arc. Rebound collected by Levine.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
And that one's good by G.
I mean, defensively, you have to close out harder than that.
Now here's Lamb. He's got 9. Screen by Howard. Here's Kid Gilchrist. An easy layup after coming off the pick. Kid Gilchrist has got 8 points.
And Howard sets such vicious screens. It's like running into a brick wall.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Steve, you were such a great shooter over the course of your terrific career. Is that something that just came naturally to you? Was it learning the right technique early on, or was it just repetition?
You know, Kevin, started off in high school. I was a big George Gervin fan, so I had my elbows out trying to shoot like him. Got to Michigan State, and Judd Heathcote had his little ruler making my elbow get in, and he had this thing called ready shoot. I did that over and over and over. So I would say naturally I was pretty good, but it was repetition and a guy like Judd Heathcote making me a good shooter into a better shooter. And then plus, I played with Tim Duncan and David Robinson one year. You're talking about wide open looks. I led the league in three-point shooting because of those guys.
Mirotic is checked in for Chicago. Paul Zipser comes in for Levine.
And the defense daring him to shoot that. Good plan right there.
Here's G, covered by Lamb. Trying his luck deep. Zipser's shot is off. Hornets leading by 3. Outside, Batum. Screen by Howard from downtown, and Batum is good for 3. 6 points for him.
You can see there the defender allows himself to get picked.
You know, it's all about effort. Sometimes you're going to get hit on hard screens. You just have to fight through them.
Mirotic's shot is off. Charlotte shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Left side, Kid Gilchrist. Williams for 3. The rebound by Zipser. Bulls trail by 6. And here is Pondexter. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Screen by Howard. And Lamb kicks to Batum. Batum with another miss. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 12 in the second quarter, right at the 50% mark from the field. G dishes to Mirotic over Williams, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
And the foul called on G. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Portis comes in for Robin Lopez, and Justin Holiday subbed in for Quincy Pondexter. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Howard. Cody Zeller comes in for Marvin Williams. Monk's checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. And it's Kemba Walker in for Nicholas Batum. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
Holiday gets the bucket.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
Walker the pass to Kaminsky. Here's Monk, and the bank shot is good. Monk's got 7 points in the game.
Anytime Monk gets room to shoot, especially inside, he's such a crafty guard who you want to see pulling the trigger from inside.
Passes it to G. And Holiday kicks to G. And Mirotic has it in the corner. And there's the feed to G. Shot clock at 6. For the 3. He's off on that one. Walker with some nice D. Hornets leading by 5. To the paint. Here's Zeller. Holiday with the block. Fires from deep. The Hornets pull it in. Now Monk. Walker in the corner. And he's good on the 3 ball. 9 points in the game so far.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
And so it's Charlotte in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
And now, the 2K Sports
Welcome
Halftime
back,
Show.
folks. Ernie Johnson here alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. The first quarter for the Hornets was fairly even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. Taking a look at the Hornets, Shaq, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, one thing that stands out is how few turnovers they had. The offense looked in control. They were making nice passes, moving the ball, setting screens. The confidence just seemed to build, and the lead did too. They're a very steady team, keeping those turnovers down. That's the big factor.
And now, Kenny, let's get your opinion on the Bulls.
Percentage-wise, they were in the low 30s. That's right, low 30s from beyond the arc. That won't get it done. Every team in the league now relies on some level of consistent production from the three-point line. But if you dug yourself a hole and you aren't a three-point shooting team, that needs to change.
And that will conclude our halftime presentation. We take you back to Kevin Harlan for the second half.
Welcome back to the hustle and bustle of Chicago, a time-lapse view of all the traffic heading toward downtown. Now the third quarter about to get going. What can you say? Jeremy Lamb, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, he's really been catching the defense off guard so far here in this game, racking up 8 points.
So it's Chicago now, 8-point game. Next up, they'll face the Suns. That'll be in Phoenix. That sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Markkanen and Lopez are together down low. Levine is out there with Grant. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
The creativity, extreme athleticism. You see why Zach's won the dunk contest multiple times.
Then unleash chaos. Under Armour replay really giving us a good look at the action. Williams gets the bucket.
Because he's inconsistent from range, the defense dares him to take that shot. Bad gamble there.
Grant against Walker. Grant dishes to Markkanen. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dwight Howard.
And Markkanen is skilled at drawing fouls once he establishes position. Uses that height to get the defense to commit.
Both good from the line that time. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
And Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. And it just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court. The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Grant kicks to Levine. Lopez a screen. And Levine, here we go. And right on through for another basket. He's got 5 made on 5 of 9 shooting.
Right there, the burst of Zach LaVine. Once he gets a step on you, it's hard to catch up.
Walker in the post. Grant on him. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
Markkanen passes to Levine. Grant sets a screen for Levine. He kicks it to Pondexter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Pondexter's got his second bucket of the night.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Batum wide open. He fires. Charlotte again missing. Bulls trail by 8. Here's Markkanen. It's a hand on it. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Charlotte's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Now here's Lamb, guarded by Levine. Howard kicks to Lamb. Tries again. And fouled on the shot, so the bucket counts and a chance for one more here.
And you really have to toe that line with the physicality just to prevent Howard from the and one.
You heard a lot of legends saying Dwight Howard should dominate in the post. I think he still can on the defensive end, not so much on the offensive end.
You know, Steve, even at his peak, Dwight Howard probably dominated more with force than with finesse, perhaps.
You're so correct. He dominated with defense, rebounding, and finishing with power. That was enough to make him a superstar. He's never been the most skilled offensively. He hasn't needed to be.
Levine wide open. Here's Lopez, and that basket is going to count. Goaltending, the official call.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. There's the double team with Grant. Batum inside the three-point line. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
That was a great pass once the double team came over. He hit the wide open man perfectly.
In the corner, it's Pondexter. Stolen by Walker. A second chance effort, and the layup is good. Walker's got 13 points.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off. And he finally gets involved from beyond the arc. His first 3 of the game comes here in the second quarter.
Screen by Howard. Williams a screen on Grant. Here's Walker. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
You've got to give a ton of credit to the screener. That play easily opened up the easy layup for his teammate.
Screen by Grant. Markkanen dishes to Levine. Pondexter kicks to Lopez. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Lopez a screen. 4 on the shot clock. Good on the shot, and with that, the Charlotte lead is cut down to just 10 points with the bucket from Grant.
Excellent play call there. The defense was not prepared for the pick, and as a result, they gave up the wide open look.
Wasted no time on that one. Walker's got 9 points now in just the second half.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. For Chicago, they've gone 6 of 9 from the floor here in the second half. They've got to be happy with that. Levine kicks to Pondexter. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. He's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Howard setting the pick for Walker. Outside, Batum. Howard against Lopez. Outside for Batum. Williams from outside drains it from beyond the arc.
Timeout.
Williams has got 13.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Felicia's checked in for Lopez. Mirotic comes in for Markkanen. Denzel Valentine, he's checked in for Quincy Pondexter. And it's done in for Grant. The Hornets also changing it up. Frank Kaminsky, he's checked in for Howard. Zeller comes in for Marvin Williams. And Michael Kidd-Gilchrist subbed in for Lamb. Outside, Walker puts it up from 12. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. Here's Mirotic. Zeller grabs the board.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Yeah, tremendous hustle just to get a hand on that one.
Reads the play, quick reaction, almost comes up with that steal.
Charlotte making a switch here. Monk's checked in. Here's Walker. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good. Walker's got the lead up to 14 now for Charlotte. Now, here's Dunn, guarded by Walker. Levine passes to Dunn. Back to Levine. Dunn kicks to Valentine. 6 on the shot clock. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Walker. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for the Hornets.
And they're getting them up from beyond the arc, shooting a solid percentage from out there. So thus far, it hadn't been a problem.
2 on the clock. Here's Dunn. Walker with some nice D.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Hornets leading by 14. Pick by Zeller. And Walker kicks to Kaminsky. The Hornets rebound. Zeller. And Mirotic sends it back. And stolen by Zeller. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Kid Gilchrist has got 10 points in the game.
No reason to overcomplicate an easy shot, but hey, he still got it to go.
Done with it. He has 5. And there's Mirotic on the assist by Valentine. He's got 12.
Look how assured Mirotic is, pulling the trigger immediately.
Kaminsky kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Makes it off the glass.
That's all confidence right there. He knows he's in a groove, and they've got this team on its heels.
Out left to the wing. Here's Mirotic. Another 3 for Chicago.
That's nice patience by Zach LaVine, finding the open man, not trying to do it all himself.
And Walker kicks to Zeller. Pass to Monk. He feeds it to Walker. Here's the screen. The shot by Kaminsky. Nobody around. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
You think back when Fred Hoiberg was a player in the NBA, great shooter who had a strong knowledge of the game. Not too surprised he ended up as a coach.
In the corner, it's Levine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. Levine's got 11 in the second half.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Again, the Hornets score. And Smitty, you and Hoiberg played against one another during your careers and even guarded each other, I think, from time to time. What was it like going up against a player like him?
You know, Kevin, he must have been real young because I'm so old. I don't even remember that. But I do know and remember Fred Hoiberg and watching him coach. He is a fast decision maker. Also would find space as a player. And you see some of his strengths as a player and how he designs his offense right now.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Portis, he's checked in for Felicio. Paul Zipser comes in for Denzel Valentine. Justin Holiday's checked in for Zach LaVine. And G's subbed in for Chris Dunn.
And when Mirotic springs free in the pick and roll, he's a triple threat. Pass, shoot, drive. He can do it all.
Walker's shot is off.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Zipser, the pass to G. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. Holiday dishes to G. They grab their own miss. Portis kicks to G. The pass to Holiday. Fires the 3. Portis had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Hornets leading by 10.
2-for-1 territory, but they got to work quick.
This is where the play calling comes in. Let's see what they got.
That's his second personal foul.
30 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Walker, and he makes the bucket through contact and gets the whistle too.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all. That's good from Kemba Walker.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Here's G. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. G's got 8 points.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Missed.
Remarkable hustle from Mirotic on defense. Shooters don't feel comfortable when he's around.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. And they've created a bunch of turnovers with that terrific D. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And from a recent huddle, let's listen in on head coach Steve Clifford.
Well, we're doing well. Great job. Show your hands. Show your hands. Don't foul.
Moments ago, Steve Clifford talking about defensive technique. Doesn't want to give up free points at the charity line.
And by focusing in on the smallest thing, his guys know how serious he is. One of the better defensive coaches in our league.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. On the court for Charlotte, Walker and Monk are the guard tandem. MKG and Zeller at the forward duo. And it's Kaminsky in at the 5, roaming the paint. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Zipser. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Charlotte leading by 11. Monk, no one around him. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got his 7th assist here tonight. And Chicago shooting well, 50% from the floor. Screen by Grant. Zipser, the pass to Holiday. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
At the line for the Bulls.
First free throw is good. Markkanen, he's checked in for Mirotic. And then for Charlotte, Dwight Howard's checked in for Cody Zeller. Williams comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Monk. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Hornets shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. And Walker kicks to Lamb. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Kaminsky. Bulls trail by 12. Pass to Portis. He dishes it to Holiday. Grant against Walker. Zipser kicks to Grant. Here's Holiday, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Lopez, he's checked in for Chicago.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Charlotte leading by 9. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. There's a screen by Williams. Inside. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 8 rebounds in this game. Now, here's Grant. And he banks in the layup.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Walker. Screen by Howard. Over in the corner, Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker Walker's got his 8th assist in the game.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
It's hard to disagree with the timeout here as the team badly needs to regain focus. They're out of sync offensively, way too many turnovers, and looking frustrated. They need to get back to their pace, their brand of basketball.
Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Chicago. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, thanks, Kevin. Fred Hoiberg was talking with his team during the break. He got on him. He said he's got to see more intensity. He said we've put ourselves in this hole, and we've got to work our way out of it. Show me you've got what it takes, guys.
And for a center, Robin Lopez is definitely one of the better free throw shooters in the league.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lamb dishes to Batum. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And that is the length of Robin Lopez on display. Coming down the stretch here, holding the lead. You like him to be more efficient offensively.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And all of a sudden, the shots now falling in bunches. The complexion of this game has completely changed.
Yeah, reason why they have found their shooting stroke. Their offense is clicking.
Free throw, good, Holiday. Hornets leading by 5. Outside, Walker. Williams, a screen on Grant. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Williams passes to Walker. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. Charlotte needs to get a shot up. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard. That's 28 points for Kemba Walker.
Really in a good position thanks to the accuracy from beyond.
Here's Lopez, and the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And it's rare to see that, but Lopez shows some confidence knocking down the mid-range jumper.
Now here's Lamb, guarded by Holiday. Screened by Howard. And Lamb kicks to Walker. Howard with a screen on Grant. Walker goes in. Markkanen on the double team. Picked away. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Holiday is running. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And Markkanen is a perfect candidate for that stretch 4. Outstanding at pulling the trigger from deep and not afraid to go inside and bang with the other bigs.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
It's a luxury to have a big man who can shoot free throws this way.
Walker against Grant, and Walker kicks to Williams. The three-pointer no good.
Yeah, blown opportunity after the 2-man game creates a terrific look.
That's how it's drawn up. That is, everything but the finish.
Here's Lamb, not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. And the Hornets lead by 6. The Bulls have gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. Grant, right side. Kicks to Pondexter. Back to Grant. Knocks it loose and stolen by Howard. Here's Batum. Rebound by the Bulls. And here is Markkanen. Back to Holiday. Dishes it to Markkanen. And good that time. Markkanen's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Williams sets a screen for Walker. Feeds it to Lamb. Over Holiday. And Jeremy Lamb, the bucket on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 9th assist in the game now. Bulls trail by 6. Grant kicks to Lopez. In the corner, it's Pondexter. Bulls moving the ball around. Now here is Holiday. Defense is right there. And it's Grant in the corner. The dish now to Holiday. On the clock. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
He has flat out dominated this quarter, hitting shots at will, yet they still find themselves behind.
Howard with a screen on Grant. Grant against Walker. Here's Williams. Shot clock reset for Charlotte. Howard dishes to Williams. Lopez with the steal. Here's Markkanen. And Markkanen throws it down.
Great look there from Robin Lopez. Rare to see a big man with that kind of playmaking ability.
For Charlotte, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the 4th quarter. Screen by Howard. Batum for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. And that's 11 points for Batum.
And you can see where they're attacking here in the 4th, strictly from the perimeter.
You know, plenty of teams, they try this strategy. It works when you're hot, but works against you when you're not.
Passes it to Pondexter. To the wing on the left. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
That's his 2nd personal foul. Jared Grant.
And he makes the first. Bulls making a switch here. Levine's checked in. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Now Batum. The feed to Howard. Here's Lamb. It's good from about 19 feet. Lamb's got 6 in the quarter. Bulls trail by 5. Grant the pass to Lopez. And the dunk by Lopez. That gives him the double-double. 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Not who you picked to come up with a huge shot, but nevertheless, Robin Lopez just delivered a huge shot for his team.
And Walker kicks to Howard. Lopez with the block. And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. Finished off the break.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
Pass to Howard. And out of bounds as the Bulls gain possession.
How big is that? Or should I say, how big might that become? Just a brutal mistake.
Chicago trailing here. Grant with the ball. Out left to the wing. Markkanen dishes to Grant. Lopez kicks to Levine. 6 to shoot. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Hornets have gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the 4th. Right around 46-47%. The steal. To take the lead. It's off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. .16 left in the 4th quarter. Lopez passes to Levine. 4 on the clock. That shot missing, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. At one point, they led by 16. Batum with the 3. Markkanen pulls it in. And Chicago shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Outside, Levine. Down low, Howard with the steal. And now here's Batum, the fast break opportunity. Williams dishes to Lamb. Hands the three.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
Levine for three. Second shot opportunity. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Here's Grant. Nails it. And he has brought them to within 2 points. They're on cloud nine.
That was a huge lift for this crowd.
And they foul intentionally. They're going to have to do that now again and again. They're not in the penalty yet.
That's right. No other option but to foul and hope for some misses.
And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's a 4-point ball game.
Well, this is how you close out. Beautiful job.
Chicago calls timeout. They trail by 4. There's 14 seconds left in the game. What's your take, guys?
I mean, tough position, but really they can't blame anybody but themselves.
They've certainly missed on some opportunities, but stranger things have happened. They need a quick shot and an immediate foul right here.
And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kemba Walker.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
They get a hand on it, and so the ball out of bounds. Howard touched it last. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. It's in!
And I tell you what, Marklin has already mastered the art of the bank shot. Loves getting it up there and knocking that one down. You have got to be in his space if you want to disrupt his rhythm. No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
It's the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. So he gets them both, and it's a 4-point ball game. Chicago calls timeout. They're trailing by 4. 8 seconds left in the fourth. Guys, what's your take?
I mean, tough position, but really they can't blame anybody but themselves.
They've certainly missed on some opportunities, but stranger things have happened. They need a quick shot and an immediate foul right here.
Grant, right side, and the 3 off target. So a close game sees Charlotte taking this one. They seem to relish their role as the bad guy here tonight.
You know, Kevin, I sense that as well. I mean, they really did feed off all of that negative energy this crowd was directing at them. I mean, they turned it around and used it as motivation to close out a significant win.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks very much. Dwight, coming off of the loss in the last game, what was the difference tonight?
You know, we got a good win tonight coming from a tough game last night. Started out strong. We just stuck with it. We stayed together, and we got a good win.
and a good performance on the second night of a back-to-back. Thanks, Dwight. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.